blue skidoo, and you can too. Welcome back to Journey Through Eorzea. I'm your host, Man with Hat, Tiberius Fox. We've been punting the Empire. I was mostly lamenting the fact that we didn't take this base last time. Also, I wanted to just say something. The Final Fantasy XIV. It's the one thing I just noticed is like, for a long time, I saw some really cringe stuff in people's bios. I just want to say, right? Like, you look at someone, you go, "What's your bio?" That's the bird. Sorry, that one. There we go. Right, and now it's just like, my friends don't look. I'm not ready yet. And the other one is like, I do stuff and things. Very normal. Very normal. Very happy to see just normal stuff. The most abnormal thing is a man with a hat. You know what I mean? Anyway, with that, let's talk to Nago and get this rolling. Also, I feel like there's a little bit of latency, and it's a little weird. I keep like clicking on stuff, and it kind of takes like a fraction of a second. It's a little weird. Well, you heard the Flame General. Looks like we've got a meeting to attend. Quest accepted. It's accepted. For those that out there who watch and those pray, my cat had to go to emergency this morning. I won't get into it, but he did, and he's doing okay thus far. But we'll accept prayer for Cat. His name is Gimli, and he's very cool. Anyway, let's see what Ravon's got to say. That everyone? Then let us begin. Alighieri is ours, and for a mercy we took it without losing a single man, but we dare not grow complacent. Specula Imperatoris will not be so easily won. If I may, General, should we pause to consider the Imperial's motivations? For Xenos to surrender a fortified settlement of strategic importance without such as firing a shot is inexplicable. We searched the village and found no traps or other signs of sabotage. Suspicious though it may be, it will not be refused this gift from our enemy. The path to Alamigo is through the east, through Specula Imperatoris and Castrum Albania. It bears repeating, however, latter is home to a massive cannon with unparalleled range and destructive power. Oh, it's just there, okay. Which means that we need to strike Specula Imperatoris quickly, both limit their ability to locate our forces in the field, and then utilize the installation as a shield against attack, as they would doubtless not risk damaging the towers. I see. Then we have no choice but to accept what we have been given. Aye, that's the way of it. I have no doubt that Xenos has got something planned, but we'll just have to deal with it when the time comes. To assault, then. The main host will commence a direct assault on Specula Imperatoris. During this time, I would hold signs in reserve to Alighieri to deal with any Imperial forces that may be dispatched in response. Understood. Wait a minute. We should be fighting with you and the Resistance. I understand that you don't want to rely too much on Tiberius after what he's been through, but at least let the rest of us do our part. Why are you trying to put me out of the battle? I can fight, I ain't dead tired. If she wants to fight, I say let her fight. Don't do anything too reckless, alright? Yeah, that seems more like it. She gets herself into trouble too much, man. I won't. I promise I'll do what Conrad says. Mayhap it would be best if I accompanied you. Alize can stay with Tiberius. Oh, go if you must. The two of us can take care of ourselves. You have your orders. Dismissed. Alright. What's going on now? Meanwhile, deep within the Imperial Research Facility. Probably where they're doing all their experiments. Okay, yeah, I remember that. I got her in like a fancy test tube thing. And I think the room is just full of dead bodies. Because they've all been dying. Kinda reminds me of the room Genova was in. Am I crazy? In Final Fantasy VII? Am I crazy for thinking that? It's very festive underwear she wears.
Oh, my head.
I think it gives her the echo, but I can't remember.
Let us see. So, she lives. Impressive. Or merely lucky, though that too may prove a useful trait.
My lord, what have you done to me?
Though we Garleans are intellectually and physiologically superior in almost all respects, we lack the hereditary traits required for the reliable manipulation of ether, hence our unique inability to wield magics. This deficiency, for want of a better word, saw us subjected to decades of oppression by the lesser races, and we were eventually driven to seek shelter in the cold northern reaches of Ilsabard. Fortunately, said region was replete with vast deposits of ceruleum, which proved instrumental in the development of Magitech, a revolutionary technology conceived to compensate for our disadvantage.
In other words, everyone used magic and used technology, which is a really cool dynamic if you think about it. That, like, you know, they got superior just by being being ruthless and having ingenuity. When other people can conjure fire out of nothing.
We grew strong, that our nation became an empire. Yet, ultimately, this was an extrinsic solution to an intrinsic problem. What I wanted was not a crude device to be used in lieu of magic. Through modification of the Garlean genome, I argued that it might be possible to enhance a subject's ability to manipulate ether, effectively empowering them to wield magics. Alas, my theories were met with consternation in the Imperial Court. Only Lord Xenos, with commendable foresight and wisdom, deigned to support my research.
It always throws me when they keep talking, even though I haven't forwarded the dialogue. Which doesn't happen super often, but every now and again.
You gave me this treatment, but I'm not Garlean.
Alamegan, through and through. What you have been granted is far greater than mere magic. Before that lesser light, it is as a second sun.
I am informed that Alighieri was recently occupied by the Resistance, and that an attack on Specular Imperatoris is considered imminent. This could provide an ideal opportunity to test her performance in the field.
She's a super soldier now. She's Captain America or something. Captain Garlean.
Your skulls, was it? They have joined the garrison at the watchtower?
Yes, my lord. By your leave, I would rendezvous with them and lead a counterattack against the insurgents.
No. Even were you to leave now, you would not arrive in time. There is another duty I would entrust to you.
All I can ever think of when I see Xenos is just him yelling, "It's a test of your reflexes!" That's all I can think of the whole time. It's like, I have another thing for you. Oh, it's Thancred spying.
Found you.
Spy Thancred is best Thancred? No. I gotta be honest, though, Gunbreaker Thancred's definitely best Thancred. So full of fire and eager, weren't they? Well, I wouldn't worry too much. They're strong and they have each other. At least they spared me the trouble of having to speak up. I wasn't about to let Lise go alone. We have a fair bit of ground to cover, so we should split up. If you come across any Imperial soldiers, you know what to do. Oh, and so you know, I sent word of Arenvald's squadron. They are already searching other nearby areas, so we have allies in the event we encounter anything beyond our means. And we're leaving. And we had all of... This is what I'm talking about. We had all of, 2 minutes of dialogue. You know what I mean? and like now we're leaving. I'm not like mad. I'm just saying. Yeah, there's like just definitely like just a touch of latency. Like everything takes like certain things take like a fraction of a second. Some amount takes a little bit longer than you think. That sort of thing. I guess we'll see what happens. Purple smoke. Waiting around. Like a fireball jutsu to really bring it together. Sasuke would be so proud. Would say that one time I threw a fireball and now you throw fireballs all the time. How far we've come. Oh no. Okay. Rendezvous with Eorzea. Hell's open. Oh, I got a couple of people on the ground. Hanging out, huh? Ah, give me a moment, Tiberius. Say that again, if you would? No, maintain your distance for now. Understood. Keep me apprised of any developments. That was Arenvald. The pair that was spying on us in the fringes has followed us here. What about you, Tiberius? Any trouble? Yeah, there's a couple dudes, but I kind of like just burned them alive. And there I was thinking we might be due some peace and quiet. Glad to hear you dealt with them. I hope the assault on Specie Imperatoris is going well. You know, as a matter of fact, I'm not so sure it is. I mean, they seem to know about it, but they also didn't seem super concerned about it either, so... Take it how you will. Man, there's so many times people will slice people in this game, and they would just be cut in half, for real. Like that guy, cut in half, just absolutely. Oh. Good job,
Whoa.
tiny man.
You've improved, lad.
Come now, father. You lured the fool onto my blade, and do not try to deny it.
Our work here is all but done. What of Conrad and his men?
They are for the main tower. The skulls have offered fierce resistance thus far, but Conrad seems to believe he can convince them to lay down their arms.
Then we will tend to the stragglers down below. With me!
That was an interesting zoom in sort of thing. Zoom in and twist.
Report.
Enemy forces have overrun the lower facilities and appear to be mounting an assault on the main tower. We have already received a request for reinforcements.
I think that's the same voice actor as Eorzea, but like it's
A unit of legionaries has been mustered and is ready to depart. They await your orders, Commander.
It just sounds like him.
Stand down.
Commander?
Tell them to stand down.
Commander, if I may, our people, your people are still in there. They will be slaughtered.
You think I don't know that? I want nothing more than to help them. To lead the bloody charge. But I have my orders. Lord Xenos said no reinforcements. He would have us use the main cannon to destroy the installation.
What? Kill our own soldiers? You must be mistaken.
Nope, he does not care. He has never cared, and he never will care.
Mayhap
Like,
you'd
at
like
all.
to ask Lord Xenos yourself. I thought not. Initiate the firing sequence. Wars are won on the backs of the dead. Theirs and ours. There is no truth but this. We must remain firm and resolute and always, always do our duty. Now, give the order.
Initiate firing sequence.
Aye, aye. Initiating firing sequence. Release safety locks. Deploy main cannon.
Ansfred, Rudolph, Hamlet. For us. For our people. For our future.
I don't feel like you're really doing them much. I mean, you don't feel like you're doing them much good. I'm gonna be real.
I need you to confirm the target, Commander.
Specula Imperatoris, main tower. Fire when ready.
I only vaguely remember this. I remember it was a bit of a spectacle. Nothing crazy, but pretty cool. I would hate to be on the Garlean side, dude. They do not care at all about anybody. So does she have the echo now? I think, like, they gave her the Aether wielding, but it ended up giving her the echo somehow. That's definitely the echo sound, right? Girls love cannons.
What in the seven hells?
Long-range artillery.
Those treacherous bastards. Their people were still fighting. Full retreat! Now! Relay the orders!
Understood.
Everyone just standing there
All
like a deer in
forces
headlights.
retreat! I repeat, all forces retreat!
If you want a chance of being alive, you better run. If you're Garlean, I would be running with him too. Bail. Oh, that guy, he had a bad day. I laugh if one of them got crushed by a giant piece of debris. That tower is definitely going down. That's happening. Like how they fired this giant long-range artillery like 3 football fields and that was it. Which sounds like a lot until you realize it's not that far.
By the 12, did you see that? The main tower just collapsed. You heard it too, didn't you? It must have been the cannon of Castra Mabania. But that hasn't been that was an Imperial installation, and their troops were still... Damn it, no one's responding. I don't know what the shell's being jammed or no. We have to go right now. They need our help.
Don't know what you want us to do about collapsed building. Perhaps I could use the thing to do that.
This way, there's no time to lose.
Quest accepted. So let's see. Yep. There's only 2 towers there now.
It's worse than it looks. He probably wasn't even... Pull yourself together. The gate. This is our way inside. We need to find my brother. Right now.
The locks of the massive gate appear to have been disabled. You need only prise them open to pass through. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I remember this. I remember like walking in here and there's a bunch of devastation. People got wrecked. One thing that got me is like the tower falls, but like, I don't know. I wanted to see more debris here for this, you know what I mean? Are there any Imperials around that aren't like dead? Let's see, this is that guy is from Ishgard, looks like. And that. Then you got those guys. Got a white mage, looks like. He's healing that guy. That guy's also from Ishgard. You got Gridanians. Alright. I'm glad you're here, Tiberius. In case it isn't obvious, the Imperials fired on us. On Specula Imperators. I didn't think they had it in them, to kill their own men just to kill us. Gods damn them all.
Where is my brother? Tell me where he is. I want to see him.
He was in the tower when it was struck, but the need not mean anything. Our forces are still evacuating, and many remain unaccounted for. Eorzea, listen. There are soldiers wounded and dying all around us. Soldiers with families, just like you and me. They need our help. Do you understand?
He's right. I'll take the north, you take the east.
What am I supposed to do? I'm a ninja. Oh, I got more peeps up here. Let's see what we got. We got more Guardians. Maelstrom. There's some Imperials. Wounded Flame Soldier. Here, I will help you up, I guess. It'd be nice, you know, it'd be cool for things like this. Is if maybe I'm wrong, unless there is a way. If you were playing healer, that you could like this part was different for you, like you could heal people or something.
For a moment there, I thought I was bound for Thal's Great Hall. Ye gods, what were the Imperials thinking?
They were thinking they wanted to shoot you cannon at you.
Just give me a moment to let the world stop spinning, would you? There. Aligir is not far. I'll make it. I'll make it.
Thank you. I think I can manage on my own. Oh, what are we talking about? Wounded Temple Knight? No, Wounded Temple Knight. Ishgard are my boys. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Ugh, everything hurts. I think I was struck by debris from the tower. Wait, I know you. Tiberius Fox, Ward of House Vortem. We fought together on the Steps of Faith. You saved my life back then, and now...
I'm totally fine now, I'll stand up.
I can walk, thank you. 1,000 times, thank you. Conrad? Conrad, can you hear me? Nago, put him down over there.
Uh-oh. Sounds like Conrad's having a bad day. Alright. Oh, wait.
Conrad! Conrad, speak to me!
Well, he's not dead yet, but he's definitely not in good shape.
It was all so sudden. Conrad had just convinced the last few skulls to surrender when we heard the bang and everything started to shake. We carried the survivors to safety, but Conrad's... We have done what we can for him. All that remains is to pray.
Sounds almost like some 9/11 type stuff. You're inside the tower and all of a sudden it just starts collapsing in on you. And you're like, well, dang.
Conrad?
Is that you, Lise? I can't see a damn thing. Well, that's that then. Time's up.
What are you talking about? You'll be on your feet before you know it.
It's all right, Lise. I've lived long enough. But listen, I want you to lead the resistance in my stead.
Don't say another word. You'll recover. We'll recover. We'll bring freedom to Alamigo together. We're not going to stop here.
No, you won't. Everything we've built, everyone we've brought together, I know you'll show them the way. You've got it in you, Lise. Not because you're Curtis's daughter or Ida's sister, but because you're you. Because you're you.
I wish that this death felt, like, impactful. I'm not saying it's bad. I feel like this is a bigger deal for her than it is for me, obviously. Like, I feel for her. I know it sucks. And it's not only that, not only is her friend dying, but she's being thrust now into a leadership position. And I don't think that's something she really wants right now.
Conrad.
Lead them to victory. To freedom.
Why isn't anyone trying to use healing magic on this man right now? How many times have I seen people try to use healing magic on someone who just got wrecked? And they're not trying to do it. It's like, just like, let him to his fate. Yeah, he's dying, sorry. Unfortunate.
I will, Conrad. I will. I promise.
Meanwhile, in the chaos of Castrum Albani. Everyone's who's left is running back, and they're all just mad about it. Like, what was that all about? You shot at us with a giant cannon. Why would you go and do that for? It's unkind and uncouth.
Next round, double the charge.
Oh, yes. Play the music.
Come, Nidhogg. We are needed.
Oh, he's in the spear? Interesting. It's like supercharged? Dude, he's aura farming for days. He's like Piccolo. Let's blow up the whole cannon? What an entrance.
That's the cerulean pipeline!
Impossible! How can one man... Shoot the bastard! Shoot him!
Everyone, throw your phones at that guy. There it is, the music. You see his face?
My lance has slain far greater beasts.
Oh,
welcome, boy.
He's such a G. Let's go.
Notify all units! I want that intruder found! And get the engineers to fix my bloody cannon!
That's really optimistic, dude. I don't think any of you are gonna make it. I don't know that for sure, but I feel like that's the truth. If he just landed down there, he could have killed all of them.
The savages are coming!
Savages.
What an absolute gangster. What an entrance. Oh my gosh. They did it for Alphino too. It's like,
Boy. We could have killed them. We could have walked away. But instead we tried to convince them to lay down their arms. We tried to seek a peaceful resolution. We showed them mercy, and this was their response. Fire and blood. This was their answer. Such crimes cannot go unpunished. They must not. God's is my witness, there will be a reckoning.
ooh, he mad. That's a saucy Alphino right there, boy.
Forgive me, now is not the time for vows of vengeance. We must remain calm and rational and in control. The Imperials have demonstrated a willingness to fire on their own. So long as we remain here, we are in danger. We three will see to Commander Kemp's body, find my sister, and return to Alakiri.
Well, she'll be happy to know that you're not dead, so... Wait a minute. Oh, that's the thing. I wonder if I can just... Can I just fly up there? Can I fly? I don't know if I can fly in here or not. Okay. I don't know how you would normally get up here. I'm assuming it's like a jump puzzle or something. Alright, hang on. Man, we are finding so many of these, like, lookout points. Just kind of exciting.
There, that should suffice for now. Go on and join the others. Tell me you found Alphino. Tell me he is all right.
Yeah, he's fine. He's a little shaken and a little pissed off, but he's alright.
Oh, thank the 12. I don't know what I would have done. Though saying that, what will the Resistance do without Commander Kemp? Sorry, not here, not now. We should return to Alagiri. Keep an eye out for any wounded who need our help on the way.
Alright. I'm surprised there's not a single, like, living Imperial over here anywhere. Like, I haven't seen a single one. Let's see, what's right here? Search for wounded soldiers. Oh, there's one. Wait, is that one? It is! Imperial soldier! I was just saying this. Alright, cool. Looks like you'd think they would have been left behind, right? They'd be wounded or whatever. They wouldn't all be dead.
It wasn't long ago I was trying to kill you and yours. I half expected you were about to slit my throat. To hell's with this. I should be back at home in Ilsabard, instead of taking fire from my so-called comrades.
Can I just fly over the wall? I sure can. Oh no, it's a giant bird again. I was tempted to try and fight it, but I remember what happened last time when it almost wrecked me. And I am not stronger than I was then. Thanks, friend. Bloody tourniquet came loose when I was having trouble getting it back on. I should be fine the rest of the way. Oh, there should be one more around here somewhere. Oh, there he is.
Oh, bless you. Kind, wait, is that you, Tiberius? I didn't recognize you at first, but feeling a bit dizzy. Must have lost a lot of blood. I can keep going. I can keep going.
Nice people, dude. That's what I'm saying. This would be more interesting in some ways if you could do this differently if you were playing healer. Yeah, we can probably fly. Won't take that long to get back to this base over here with the crystal roof. Oh, everyone hanging out outside.
Tiberius, we have given over Commander Kemp's remains for safekeeping. Later, I have no idea when, rites must needs be performed. For now, however, we must carry on. We must press forward. We must not give in to despair. All Alliance and Resistance units have now withdrawn from Specula Imperatoris. It is time we spoke with General Aldine.
Hey, we got wrecked because everyone shot at us. You were there. Remember when we all got shot at? It was a sad time. These deaths weigh heavily on my soul. Commander Kemp's most of all. He was a wise leader, he was a patriot, but above all else he was a good man who was to be sorely missed. One of the many lost to this day. I ask for a moment's silence to pray for the souls of the departed. Nago taking it super hard. Balling it out over there. We have suffered a grievous defeat, but we cannot and will not renounce this cause. The die has been cast. Hold tight to this grief, this anger, and let it drive you forward. Let it be your strength and your shield when the next you face the enemy.
It will carry us far, General. Of that I have no doubt. Ere we take another steps toward Alamigo, however, we must first address the question of how to deal with Castrum Albania's cannon. If the Imperials are willing to employ the weapon without thought for their own soldiers' safety, we may struggle to approach them. I would laugh if Estonian showed up here right now. He might, I don't remember. A frontal assault is out of the question. We'd lose countless men before we even reach the walls. Would we? I recall the Imperials have obliterated our forces and had to keep firing, but neglected to do so. They had no strategic reason to cease fire, which begs the question, why did they? You suspect they were unable to fire the cannon again, mayhap due to a malfunction? Or one of their officers found his conscience after the first barrage, or a hereto unknown resistance faction chose that moment to disable it. There are many possibilities, but the fact remains that they stopped when the logic dictated they continue. Then I'll just have to go and see for myself if the cannon is still operational. Are you mad? Conrad put you in charge of the resistance. We can't risk losing another commander so soon. I know how you feel, Nago, I do, but I need you to understand. It wasn't long after Papalimo and I arrived at Rogla's Reach that Conrad first asked me to join the resistance, and then he kept on asking. Every time I said no, I told myself it was because of the Scions, but even then I knew deep down that that was an excuse, that I was still afraid of following my heart because I couldn't be sure if it was for me or for Ida. But then I met someone, on the other side of the world, who had struggled with the same worries, and as we traveled and fought together I saw him grow and become the leader his people needed him to be. Talking about the dude overseas? Talking about Ian. And now it's my turn to do the same. There's not a lot of us left, and of the ones there are, many are still wounded. We have to make do with what we've got, and I'm the best qualified. It's as simple as that. Don't worry, Nago. I'll come back, I promise.
I don't think that's a very good reason, but alright. You have numerous scouts that could just go do it for you. Since you're not in a leadership position, but what do I know? You want a Captain Kirkett, go for it. While I acknowledge Commander Hex's right to carry out this mission, I see no reason why she should do so alone. Tiberius, would you go with her? Would have done it even if you had Ness, or suppose someone's gonna keep her out of harm's way? Yeah, I'll take that one. I would have gone with. Then it's settled. We will wait your return. No, Alpha, no. Ah.
Sorry to drag you into this, Tiberius. It may not be the decision Conrad would have made, but I'm not Conrad. I never will be. I don't know what kind of leader he's hoping for, but right now all I can do is be myself. If you don't mind, I'd rather not wait around until people try to talk me out of it. Let's get moving. I know a good vantage point overlooking the castrum. Nean Karim's Hope? The ship stranded on the rocks to the east of here. It shouldn't take us long to get there. Oh, but there might be some ancient golem's guardian. Or there just might be some old wives' tale. Either way, it's worth the risk. Please, Commander, I pray you proceed with all due caution. Do not hesitate to call upon us if needed. To reach the ship, we'll have to scale the cliff face. I'll get some climbing gear and meet you there, alright?
Or you just get on my flying chocobo with 2 seats so we can just fly up there. Or on my giant robot. But let's ground it a little bit, we'll say draw chocobo. Gotta be like, what's his face in was it Star Trek 5? Kirk's climbing the thing, but then Spock shows up in rocket boots. I think my Y button on my controller is starting to go out. I don't like it. Every once in a while I push it and then it's just like, kinda like doesn't go unless I push it all the way. Like I can push it, like on my phone I've depressed the button, but I have to push a little like extra like millimeter for it to work. What you want? Alright, there we go. Waiting at some sparkles.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I see you've met the golems. Looks like the old stories were true, eh? In a way, I'm glad. Right then, to the climb. Time to climb. The metal on that boat looking a little weird. Phew. That took a bit more out of me than I expected. And here she is, Nimkirm's Hope, the ark that one man made to save countless others from the flood during the 6th Umbral Era. So it's like a Noah's Ark, really. It's comforting to think there have always been people who cared this much about their fellow man, who accomplished such great feats that people who couldn't help thinking they must be made up. But the proof's right here, isn't it? I don't just mean the ship, you know. I mean you. Long before anyone started calling you a hero, you were there for those in need. You did things for people when you didn't have to. Sometimes even when they didn't want you to. It can't have been easy staying true to yourself, but we're all better for it, me included.
I'm an inspiration.
I'll never be a leader like Conrad, or Ian, or my father. But I can be a friend to you all, and I can fight by your side. I can be me, and that'll just have to be enough, eh?
She's so unsure of herself. Then if you think about it, a lot of the Scions are.
Strange to think back on it. If we'd been standing in different places, or if the shell had struck the tower differently, it would have been me instead of Conrad. Or maybe both of us. What kind of monster murders their own? That's smoke from Castor Mabania. Wait, it's coming from the cannon. I can't tell what happened from here, but I can tell that it won't be giving us any trouble in the immediate future. This is our chance, Tiberius, to avenge Conrad and all others who died in the tower, friend and foe. To take Castor Mabania and bring these bastards who gave the order to fire to justice. It won't be easy after the losses we took, but I know everyone's champing at the bit to strike back. With the right plan, I'm certain we can do it. We have to tell the others. Come on.
My face when, like the owl from Ocarina of Time, Stain's like standing on top of the tree right above us and we just didn't notice.
Easier down than up, eh? though not necessarily safer. Anyway, no time to rest. We need to convince the others to strike now, before the Imperials have time to fix their cannon.
Ain't wrong.
There's no time to lose, Tiberius. General Aldine needs to know what we saw.
A low-flying chocobo bird. What we got? We got Angel Hazen. Yep, she still does stuff and things. You returned. I only hope you bring good news.
We scaled the cliffs of Nimekram's Hope, and spied smoke rising from the Castrum Abania's main cannon. I think Master Talrpan's right. They didn't fire again because they couldn't. The cannon seems to have been disabled somehow. Then we must attack Castrum Abania at once.
It could still be a trick, but if it isn't, we may not get a better opportunity.
Bluntly, General, if it is a trick, it is an utterly baffling stratagem. Had the Imperials wished to wipe us out, they could simply have kept firing. Be that as it may, we need to not risk everything to seize it. I say we dispatch a small contingent to infiltrate the castrum and secure control of the weapon. If the enemy is preoccupied with repairs, we may be able to take them unawares. If, on the other hand, if we are indeed a trick, our token force will prove an elusive target, and we will at least know the cannon is operational. Either way, it seems well worth the risk, but how are we to infiltrate the castrum? In anticipation of such a day as this, men and women under my command have labored hard and long to cultivate a network of informants throughout Girabania, including Radiata. Radiata is home to many who would hold menial positions at Castrum Abania and other nearby installations. With the aid of our allies there, I believe we can secure a route to the fortress. The Resistance will handle this. You may have recruited these informants, but they'll be just as happy working with fellow Alamegans, and at the end of the day, our land and our responsibility. Let us do right by Conrad. I should be glad to accompany her, General, as would Alizé and Tiberius, I am sure.
Well then, if you are all in agreement, I see no reason to refuse you. We will make ready the march on Castrum Abania. Go, and may Ralgar watch over and keep you. Oh.
My apologies for speaking on your behalf. I would see my sister's forthright manner as rubbing off on me. I confess my decision to volunteer was not wholly motivated by concern for Lys, nor the less Salamigo. Castrum Abania is the largest Imperial facility in the peaks, you see, and so the likelihood of that Kryl being held captive there is quite high. Dealing with the common cannon remains our main objective, of course, but if there is even a chance that Kryl might be rescued in the process, I would never forgive myself if I did not take it.
Wow, that was a stark change in color. Good grief. What was that? Is that the crystal? Yeah, the light's changing outside, and so the crystal like illuminated everything blue. It's neat, it's just so very sudden.
So to review, we are to travel to Radiata, where we'll meet with the contact recruited by Marshal Tarleton's agents. I took the liberty of reviewing intelligence reports while Tiberius and Lys were away, so the settlement is not wholly unfamiliar to me. As the Vice Marshal indicated, the vast majority of the populace is employed at menial labor in either Specula Imperatoris or Castrum Abania. Perhaps as a result of this, the Resistance has long struggled to make inroads there. Aye, you have the right of it. They have got a better deal than most Alamegans, feeding off what scraps the Imperials give them. Damned if I know how Marshal Tarleton's agents got one of them to turn his coat. I understand your disdain, I do, but I already understand their desire to look after their families by any means necessary. Our contact is a Rogan woman. She will ask us a question. After we answer with courage, she will know us as friends. Courage. Right. Put together a squadron, Nago. We'll need them soon. With me, my friends, and be ready for anything.
Alright. So we gotta go take the cannon, but we're not gonna launch an all-out assault, because it could be a trap. Like, once you realize, it's like, why would they do that? It doesn't make any sense. What do I know? Because if they wanted to kill them, they were wrong. They were like, oh yeah. If they wanted to kill us, they would have just done it. Like, you fire the cannon, and you're like, alright, I'll fire it. That's like they would just fire again. No, it must be a trap. Doesn't make any sense.
See, what did I tell you? Let us continue on to Specula Imperatoris.
Alright, let's get in there. I ain't waiting for your gate. Just gonna go around. I have the ability to do that. A whole bunch of dead Magitech around. Savages? Savages? You gonna like just throw savages out there casually? I can't believe you. Did you hear that guy call me a savage? Only thing savage around here is the beating I just gave that guy. Another bird. At least that one's not gonna like murder me this time if I were to fight it.
Of course there were still soldiers lurking about. Fortunately there were no match release. Come, Radiata is not much further. Of course, in light of our recent encounter, it would be prudent to proceed with caution and remain vigilant of Imperial forces. No way. I can't believe it.
I wonder what this purple smoke could be. Nothing nefarious, I'm sure. There we go. Hit him with a fancy Churdori jump thing. As I say, it looks like a big griffin. And in fact, he is a neck breaker. But I don't care. My power is still to maximum for everything except for the giant blue bird thing. Which I'm pretty sure he was cheating, so. Probably secretly Xenos in disguise.
Looks like it's safe to enter. I don't see any Imperials. I don't see any smoke above Castor Mabani anymore. Do you think they fixed the cannon already?
I thought put the fires out, but...
Alphino said we were looking for a Rogadan woman, right? And that we should answer her question with courage? I suppose we'll just have to strike up a conversation with every one of them until we find our contact. Let me know if you find her and I'll do the same.
Alright, here's a random guy. Godfrey, that's not a lady. Leaping Doe. Could be that one. What else we got? Lise over there. I mean, that seems like an awful, like, just lean against boxes, tall lady. Gotta be that one. Oh, it's not. Okay. Shows what I know. Oh. So it's you. Alright. Thought the other one was kind of obvious and conspicuous. What do I know?
Ain't seen you around here before. Takes a certain kind of man to walk into a place like this uninvited.
I'll go where the Wild Rose blends. One with courage, I suppose. They always out for the Wild Rose. I always want to use it, but it's like, nah.
Courage, you say? Well, that's in short supply these days. Better to keep your head down and go along to survive. Call me a coward too, because I'll not speak more on it.
Wait, I'm gonna read that again. That was dumb.
Call me a coward too, if you like, because I'll not speak on it more, or at least not here. Outside Radiata, beyond those barricades over yonder, on the other hand.
Yeah, sure, it works for me. Like, I'm starting to get tired. My brain's, like, turning into mush.
Hey, was that who I think it was? Well, that's a relief. Or a trap. Either way, I'll find Alphino and Alize. We'll meet you there. Not followed, would you? Good. Why did I go to black? They could have just run up here. That's all of you, is it? Let's get to it then. Name yourselves. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, friends of Marshal Tarapin. Name Stark. Stark Woad. The rest you know. Man, I really am tired. The rest you know, or we wouldn't be here. This is about Specula Imperatoris and the canon, isn't it? Just so. Can you tell us what happened? Hi. I overheard soldiers talking while working in the mess. The cerulean pipeline fueling the cannon was destroyed by an unidentified male insurgent. They said, one man single-handedly disabled the cannon? That beggars belief. Nevertheless, they said that's what they said. It took a while, but they finally put the fires out, and the engineers have been working day and night to repair it. Wish I could tell you more, but the incident has everyone jumping at shadows and afraid to say much more. To make matters worse, the Alamig and help have been sent home indefinitely. So the cannon could already be fully operational. We need to sneak inside Castrum Albania to ensure the cannon is no longer a threat to our troops. Can you help us? Aye, that much I can do. I've pieced together a map of the interior over the years, and I know for a fact that there are multiple points of entry. Impressive. If we split into several groups, that may improve our odds of reaching the fire control center. We may be a few in number, but I have faith that we can see this through.
Castrum Albania, is that a dungeon? Or not? Hang on, I want to see. Let's see. So, Stormblood. It is! So, we should be come up on that. We have that for which we came. All that remains is to make our preparations. Lise and her unit will make for the primary objective, the Fire Control Center. At the same time, we will enter the castrum by way of the ventilation ducts, whereupon we will proceed into weapons research and create a diversion. If all goes to plan, our parties will subsequently converge, and together we will secure the cannon before finally notifying the Alliance that they are all clear to attack. Sounds simple enough. I'll go and brief Nago on the details. The rest of you can come with me. We'll need to deal with the Magitech patrols before you can infiltrate the castrum. Leave me alone, giant dragonfly seahorse thing. You're creepy and I don't like you. You have a weird butt. Oh, it can just go right over here. I think what we'll do is we'll get up to the point where we're going to enter the castrum, and it'll probably cut for this one. It'll be a little shorter than usual, but I don't want to try and do the dungeon while I'm like half falling asleep. And like I said, I've been up a lot because of dealing with the whole cat situation this morning, so I'd rather do it fresh. Oh, here's another one. Oh, looks like they're over there. I guess we're going that way. I'm assuming you're going that way. You can kind of see them in the distance. Whoops. Botched that somehow. Blaming lag. Alright, what we got over here? We got some dead people. Almost there, friends. Your point of entry is just around the bend up ahead. The last patrol should be here any moment. Once you've dealt with them, we'll be clear to advance, assuming they keep to their usual schedule. Might be prudent to stand watch a moment after, just in case. Alright. Oh, there it is right there. Entrance. Alright. Destination.
By Ralger, I knew you were a lot were good, but I never expected you to defeat them so swiftly. Tiberius is the finest warrior I know, and I should like to think we have learned something from our time in his company. Now, where is this entrance to the ducts? Right behind you. I've matched the branches, so you should have no trouble reaching the hangars or any number of places. Understood. Thank you again for your invaluable assistance. As discussed, Tiberius, we shall infiltrate the castrum and cause as much chaos as possible. This will draw the Imperials away from Lys and her men, thereby allowing them to safely reach the fire control center. If there's nothing else, I'll return to the Resistance forces and show them to their entrance. May Ralger guide you to victory.
She's tall.
This is your last chance to make preparations, Tiberius. When you and yours are ready, we shall begin.
Castrum Albania now accessible. All right. So with that, we'll cut it here. Cut it a little bit early this time. But as always, thank you for joining me. Yeah, we'll jump into it next time, and then hopefully I'll be a little fresher then, and we'll be able to crush this castrum and move on. But that's till next time.